Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. I am Mrs. Maivise, and today, before I share with you what I have for you, may you kindly subscribe to my channel, those who have not yet done so, and thank you so much for that. And I thank you for watching my videos, liking, subscribing, commenting. I do really appreciate you, and thank you so much. So let me talk about my experiences. Today I want to be in the shoes of women as a mother, as a wife, as a daughter-in-law, as a student, but as a woman. I faced challenges, and we also face challenges, and we overcome those challenges. So I want to talk about what I have learned when I passed through those hardships of losing career, just helping one another as women, and also those ones who have not passed through this and are still growing. I don't wish you to pass through what I passed through. I wish you better. That's why I share my experiences. They can help someone who is still growing. We help one another. I don't know everything. I'm still learning a lot, and we learn until we leave this earth. So what I have learned is every human being should be financially independent. Every human being, both males and females, should be financially independent. That's me. That's what I believe. If you don't believe this, you are right, because you are allowed to believe what you believe. So I'm sharing my experiences and what I have seen. I have seen that we all need to be financially independent. Financial independence makes you to be proud of yourself. It gives you self-esteem. You can even do what you plan and what you think of after you have carefully planned and thought of doing it. I want to talk about this in the shoes of maybe married women, that even if you are married, maybe your spouse is working and is providing. I don't know if you are getting everything. We thank God for that. And some people are not getting everything they want. Situations differs. So I told you my situation. It was not that easy raising children in a foreign country, and they were many, and also with responsibilities. So my belief is we both need to be financially independent, because I also believe that every human being was born with talents, with abilities, which he or she should use here on earth, and that will give satisfaction to him. And also when that person is doing that, it will also help the community, the society. So that's what I believe. So there are some of the challenges we face as women when we are not financially independent. You know, I don't want to use the Bible, but the rich ruleth the poor. Train up a child in the way he should go. After that you will see where it is written, the rich ruleth the poor. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that if you have money, there are certain things you can do without people controlling you, without them doing whatever they want, throwing words on you because they feel like they are superior to you. Maybe it's the society, maybe it's your spouse, maybe it's your in-laws, maybe it's whoever. Because these are realities of life. There are people who are facing that because of lack of finance, and there are people who are even being abused in marriages, and then you try sometimes to talk to that person and you see that the person is saying, if I leave this husband, where do I go? Sometimes the person will be an orphan and will be saying, if I leave this person, that's the person who is giving me food, the person is giving me shelter, I don't have anywhere to go. So you find that that person will risk with her life because she has nowhere to go. So what I want to say is, even in terms of acquiring education, if it's possible, depending with your level of education, even if you have reached, if it's grade 7, like when I'm talking of like in Zimbabwe, in Africa, then I want to advise you that if there is an opportunity, strive to learn. Strive to learn. Sometimes you may not need to go back to school, but you can also have skills, any training you can get, whether it's sewing, whether it's baking, whether it's farming, depending with the resources you have. And I know many will say, I don't know how to start. And we always say, start with what you have from where you are. And it's not that easy for someone to see the opportunities surrounding here. And I will have a video where I tell you about how I started. And I believe in whatever situation you are in, you can start. I have my friend who was telling me that she started selling by taking the clothes that she had in her wardrobe. She took some of the clothes and then she started going to the farms, selling those clothes, getting maize, selling the maize, getting money. I'm just giving an example. Sometimes you may be saying, how can I start? But yet there are piles and piles of clothes. Maybe the husband is working, the clothes are there, there are too many. The children have many clothes. You are wondering, how can I start? I'm just giving an example. It depends with your situation. So we need to educate ourselves. We need to open our eyes and see what is it that I can do. Whatever your hand findeth, just do it diligently. Whatever you can do, just do it. That's my advice. You know, when we were growing up, our mothers, some of us who had mothers who were farmers, they used to grow whatever they would grow, then they would sell and get money. Personally, I remember my mother had to build a big kitchen. It was well known where I come from that there is a big kitchen. I told you we were 10 in my family. So she had to build that. There was a child who was working, so meaning there was no one to give money. And my father at that moment was a full-time farmer at home. And the things we were farming, it was maize. It was not those cash crops that can bring more money. But I know my mother had to buy cows through doing that farming of groundnuts, selling the groundnuts, doing what she can do. She had a machine. She did not go, I think, for training for sewing, but she could sometimes put patches on people's torn clothes, and whatever she would get, she would keep it. And then my mother bought a cow, and those it started to reproduce, and she ended up having cattle. And that kitchen I am talking of, I said there was no child who was working at that moment. There was no someone who was earning at that moment. But through getting that man from whatever she would do, she would keep it, and then she had to buy the door frames, she had to buy the cement, the soil is there for free in rural areas there. What do we use for thatching? The grass is there for free. You just use your energy, go cut that grass, then the kitchen was built. So I'm saying sometimes the things we need to start, we have them, but we just need to open our eyes, see how we can start discipline ourselves. That little you have, let me tell you about myself. Knowing that the man we would get was not that much for the responsibilities we had in Eswatini. So I know very well that my husband would not hear me saying, give me money to buy clothes. Even his clothes, even the clothes for the children, even my clothes. No. Maybe it would happen after some years. Why? I had learned to just use that little 10 rands. If I see something which I can buy with that little 10 rands, I know the child need this, I would do that. So that I would not trouble him with more pressure. Because too much stress would cause also diseases. So I am saying, as women, we need to be financially independent. And I am saying, I don't know the best word I can say. Whether I can say, sometimes we may be thinking we are being submissive, yet we are under slavery. It depends with people's situations. Sometimes you may see that maybe your spouse is growing in all areas. We are not competing, but we are saying every person should grow. You need to be financially independent. And this person will be growing. I have seen situations where you see the husband hold a top position and the wife. I'm not saying the wife should hold a top position, but you find that the wife, maybe if she was married when she had reached grade 7, that was it. And the husband said, here, because you are now of this family, here, at this family, no women should be educated. And you live with that husband. You are blessed sometimes with children. You work hard. You do what you do as a wife. You do what you do as a daughter-in-law. There are people who have worked so much. They brought unity to the family. They helped, those ones who were not educated to go to school. Yet themselves, they did not go to school. You do the whole clan, you are sending, I'm not saying the whole clan, no, but you know what I'm saying. You send them to school, and yourself, you are neglected, you are not growing, you have neglected yourself, sometimes not by choice, but because maybe the husband is saying, you will not get educated here. You try to say, let me do this, let me sell this. You say, no, you stay, you keep the children. Sometimes there are some who quote the Bible, some they quote whatever they quote, maybe the traditions of our forefathers. Our fathers would go to South Africa, work in mines, they would go to town, work in farms, work in town, and then our mothers would be in rural areas, and then they would say, that's the lifestyle we should adopt. But personally, I believe that things change, culture is dynamic, we need to move with time. So I am saying, as you listen to such ideas, long back traditions, or people quoting whoever they want to quote at that moment, But if they want to quote the Bible, there are many women that were very powerful in the Bible. So if they want to try to quote someone in the Bible, there are many women who were powerful there. I don't have time to talk about that. So what I want to say is we need to do something. Don't allow people to make you feel like you are useless. You end up thinking everybody is equally important. That's my belief. I'm talking of my belief. We are equally important. We have talents, we have abilities that we should use. There is that satisfaction you get as you are doing that you are supposed to do here on earth. There is that satisfaction you get when you are earning money. You know, we need God, we need money. Tinoda mari, tinoda mari. There are certain problems that can be solved by money. When you have money, you solve, most of the problem we face is when we are poor. Because let's say we want food, we need money to go and buy food. We want to go to school, we need money. So I'm just trying to say, there are problems that can be solved by just having money. Yes, there are also problems that cannot be solved by money. Like you cannot have peace, you cannot buy peace with money. But I'm saying, we need money. Women, we need money. And some of you might be saying, so how can I start when the husband is telling me not to what? You have to be strong. You have to be strong. And you have to be strategic when you are doing that. You start small. But personally, I believe in putting God first in whatever you want to do. You start small. Maybe you are starting, he's saying, don't do that. You say, okay. Tomorrow, you try. Okay, why am I saying this? I'm saying this because I have seen cases where that very person who was telling you not to get educated may abandon you. I'm not saying it happens to all people, no. There are some who live in peace forever. But I have seen situations where some end up being abandoned. I have seen situations where that very person who was telling you not to work, now himself is on that top position and he is feeling like you are not worth it. Maybe starting from the level of education, level of understanding, the way you look, because you are lacking a lot of things because of lack of money. And then that person will feel like he no longer wants to associate with you in the public. You wonder, is this the same person I was suffering with when we were praying, when we were doing this and this and this? So I'm saying, as we rise, let's rise together. That's what I believe myself. Let's rise together. Each one in his area. And that's what I believe. I'm telling you of what I believe. Me, I don't talk of death, because death can happen anytime. What if you are the one who is the first to die? So I don't put fear in people that, what if that person, the husband, is the first one to die? No. What if you are the first one to die? You die sometimes with a sorrow. So this, when we are doing it, we are not doing it because we are afraid that the husband will be the first one to die and I will be left, I will be stuck. No, we are doing it for your growth, for your esteem, for fulfilling purpose on the earth. It gives joy, satisfaction. And you want to trouble people. You know, sometimes we cry, troubling people, with the problems. Do this for me, do this. And I have a friend who used to say that one. He used to say that, most of the problems that happens in marriages, it's because of lack of money. That person was saying, it was her view. She was saying, sometimes if you could do, if we could hear what would be happening in people's homes, during those days of pay days. Oh, I don't want to talk about that. So she was saying, some of these problems, some of these fights, they can be lessened when you are financially independent. You don't trouble people. I want this, and that person will say, I don't have money. Or sometimes maybe if that type of a person will come with a paper bag every day, that person does not give you money to go and buy grocery. So how are you going to buy that pot? So you live in sorrow, and that is not your portion. You will be disappointed. But if you are working, you can go, you buy your pot. Even if that person starts shouting at you, what do you need this pot for? You just say, if you are to say sorry, or if you are to keep quiet, you keep quiet. But you know that at least on your side, you have a pot to cook for whatever that needs to be cooked. I am trying to say we can solve many problems when we have money. Money is crucial. You see us moving from country to country. We are looking for money. No, when we are talking of economic migrants, yes, we ran away from our countries because of economic crisis. So money is important. Money is important. We need to be financially important. I'm just talking to mostly to women. I know there are men who are also experiencing that. We need to be both financially independent. We need to have skills, whatever skill you can get. I am saying, I don't want to do like I'm telling you not to obey, but I'm saying sometimes if you keep on letting someone saying you should not do this, you should not do this, you try to don't do that, don't do that, and you think it's love. To me, it's not love. Personally, I know what submission is. I don't want slavery. I don't want it. I want to do what I feel like I want to do. You see me talking. Me, I love talking. I don't want someone who will say to me, I don't listen to someone who will say to me, stop talking. Maybe what you can tell me is, don't talk this way. But telling me not to do what I'm doing, you can tell me, you correct me on how I can do it. But not saying to me, I should not do this, I should not do this, I should not go to work. We need to wake up. We need to wake up. Sometimes, these diseases, stress diseases, some are caused by these pressures, not having money. But I'm not saying money is the solution to every problem, no. That I'm saying we need money. Tinoda mari. That's what I'm saying. Yes, I think I have talked. I will talk much about this, and I will share with you my experiences and how I had to rise when I was in a situation where I was not working because of the reasons I told you. I got sick, and I was in a foreign country. I lost career, and I was there now, full-time mother, full-time housewife. And I will tell you, and the man was not enough for the responsibilities we had, and I had to rise, starting small. So when you look at me, don't think, because his husband was working, so at least it was better to, God humbled me, and he taught me how to start small. I was taught how to start small. Yes. So I know what I'm talking of. When I look at someone's situation, I can see that, okay, this one can start this way. I'm just telling you, because I was taught by God how to start small. I passed through that phase of not knowing what to do, how you can start. You don't have much money, I don't want to talk much about this. So let us work. Let us open our eyes. Start something. Do something with your time. Do something. It's not all about raising children. I also have given birth to children. I raised them by myself. But I'm saying we can do more. We can do more. It is good. We worked and worked. Yes, taking care of those children. When I'm talking to you, I'm someone who experienced it, how it is to be a mother. I'm saying the work we do at home, it's tiresome. Yet, you are paid in kind. I don't know. You don't get cash. You are sowing in people's lives. That husband who is working, it's good for you as a family. That is those children you are raising. But I am talking of yourself also. You need to grow. You need money. I appreciate what you are doing. I passed through that. But there is more. I am someone who say you are just seated. No, those ones who say you are just seated, to me, I don't believe in them. I think I think those people, I don't know what I can comment about those ones who say you are just seated, because I think they have never experienced the life of a woman, especially in our Africa setup. The life of a woman in our African setup. Not everybody experiences that, but most women, they experience what I was talking of. Even those who are working, they have their experiences which are tough. Some not being allowed to go to work, but they force themselves to go to work. And you, the husband, would just say, let me just leave her because she is stubborn. Kambonzwa matare okuunganidzwa vanhu vachiunganidzwa kunzi the wife has decided to learn, the wife has decided to do this, and then the clan hold a meeting to discuss whether you should go to work, whether you should learn or what. Those are some of the challenges some women are facing. But we conquer those. You just have to have that spirit of resilience. Get support from other women. We are each other's keeper as women. Get support. I remember someone who was saying, but us, we help women. Not women. We help our husbands for them to grow. We support them. But who supports us? It's not every woman who is not supported by the husband. But there are some who are not supported, even emotionally. So in such cases, you need a resilient spirit. You get support from other women. Those women who have gone ahead of you, they can help you on how to come out of that situation. So you have to listen to them. But as you are listening to them, don't remember to balance these things. You don't want to destroy the marriage, but you also want to what? To grow. So they should the best way of doing it. Slow, until this husband yields to your suggestion. Or until he yields to what you are doing. Small, even at home there. Personally, because I was sick, I had to start there at home. Not going there, no, because I could not go there. But at home there, you start there. Start there doing something. I think I have talked. I talk too much, me. I talk. So let me keep quiet. I think I have talked. We'll talk again about this. So thank you. This was for women. Thank you.